Hi, Mr. Watkins here. I'm going to teach you the 7 times table today. Now, apologies, I don't have a counting stick at home. However, what I do have is a curtain pole and some masking tape. So we'll see how we go. Right, now some people say the 7 times table is the most difficult, and you can kind of understand why when you think about the number 7. What I want you to do is have a think about why 7 and the 7 times table might be the more difficult or the most difficult table to learn. Have a think. Did you get it? Well, if you think about it, 7 is a prime number. So in terms of multiplication tables, you're not going to be able to use lots of other times tables to look at related facts as much as you would with others. So we pretty much have to learn 7s all out on their own. So let's have a look. Count together first. So we've got 0, 7. Count with me. 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. Let's have a go at counting those from the start. Count with me. 0, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. Let's try it backwards. 70, 63, 56, 49, 42, 35, 28, 21, 14, 7, 0. Let's try those again quickly. 0, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. And backwards. 70, 63, 56, 49, 42, 35, 28, 21, 14, 7, 0. Okay, now this time I'm just going to point and I want you to do the counting. Ready? Well done. And backwards. Fantastic. So now we're going to look at the 7s as multiplication facts. We've just counted so far in 7. So I'll say them first time, then we're going to have a go with you saying the answers. So 0 times 7 is 0, 1 times 7 is 7, 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 7 is 21, 4 times 7 is 28, 5 times 7 is 35, 6 times 7 is 42, 7 times 7 is 49, or 7 squared is 49, 8 times 7 is 56, 9 times 7 is 63, 10 times 7 is 70. This time I want you to say the answers. You can still see them. I'm not taking any away yet. 0 times 7. 1 times 7. 2 times 7. 3 times 7. 4 times 7. 5 times 7. 6 times 7. 7 times 7. 8 times 7. 9 times 7, 10 times 7, Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to have a go at some of them out of order. You'll still be able to see them, then we'll start taking some away. Ready? So let's go for 2 times 7. 5 times 7. 3 times 7. 7 times 7. 8 times 7. I want you to remember 8 times 7 because this to me is always one of the most tricky ones to remember in the whole of your times tables. So if you can really remember 8 times 7 is 56, that will definitely come up later because I want to try and test you on that. Last one, let's go for 10 times 7. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's make things a bit harder. I think you've definitely got 0 times 7 by now. We'll take that away. I think you've probably got 1 times 7 by now. I'm going to take away 2 times 7 as well. And I think you probably know your 10s by now, so I'm going to take away 10 times 7 is 70. And we'll have a little go at some. So what was 0 times 7? 2 times 7. 5 times 7. 8 times 7. Well done. 10 times 7. 4 times 7. 3 times 7. 1 times 7. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to take away 5 times 7, which is 35. I'm going to take away 3 times 7 as well. And we'll have a go at these first of all. So, what was 1 times 7? 3 times 7, go. Brilliant. 0 times 7. 10 times 7. 9 times 7. 8 times 7. 5 times 7. 3 times 7 again. Brilliant. Okay, last one. I'm going to take away 4 times 7. And I'm going to take away 7 squared, 7 times 7. Okay, are you ready? Let's go for 4 times 7. 5 times 7. 1 times 7. And finally 7 times 7. Brilliant. Let's take the rest away. See how we get on. Okay, can you remember what was 5 times 7? 7 times 7? 9 times 7? And finally 8 times 7. Fantastic. Right, so let's put them all back on our number line. I've got quite a tricky task here, trying to attach them all up to the curtain pole on the counting stick. So I wonder if you can beat me and say your 7s as multiplication facts faster than I can get them up. Are we ready? I'm going to sort of talk out loud, see if you can keep up with me, or even better, if you can do it faster than I can. Ready? 0 times 7 is 0. 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 3 times 7 is 21. 4 times 7 is 28. Are you with me? Are you beating me? 5 times 7 is 35. 6 times 7 is 42. 7 times 7, where is it? 49. Have you a little chance to get ahead there. Where am I? 8 times 7, it's the really difficult one, 56. 9 times 7 is 63, and 10 times 7 is 70. Well done if you are still with me, even better if you got ahead of me. Right, I'm going to show you one more way you can really practice and get those 7s absolutely embedded in your head, and then you'll be ready for our challenges. Okay, so just a little something just to help you to remember your 7s. So if you write down the numbers 1 to 9,
in a grid like this. Now, I've had mine ready printed by squares. You can just do yourself a quick grid that looks like that, a bit like a noughts and crosses grid if you want to. But you basically need 9 squares to write in. And then what you need to do is you need to write the numbers 1 to 9 going downwards from the top right. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if you forget the patterns in 7, it's not easy to spot a pattern in 7, but actually what we've got here is we've got the numbers that are in the ones column for each of our 7s. So I'm going to quickly put them in, you'll see what I mean. So 1 times 7 is 7, 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 7 is 21, 4 times 7 is 28, 5 times 7 is 35, 6 times 7 is 42, 7 times 7 is 49, 8 times 7 is 56, and 9 times 7 is 63. So all you need to remember then is back to 0 for 70. Have a go. So now that you've really mastered your 7 times table and you know them all off by heart, I want you to have a quick go at our chili challenges. Chili 1 is over here. Chili 2, we've got a few missing values, as you'll have seen on the other multiplication videos from other teachers. And chili 3, 11, 12, and see if you can work out 15 times 7 as well. You'll notice the tricky one that I mentioned in our lesson is there somewhere. Okay, pause the video, come back in a few minutes and see how you got on. So, let's have a look at chili 1 first. So 2 times 7, let's think 1 7 is 7, 2 7s are 14. 4 times 7, well I know that's already, I know my 4s, so I could work it out from there. I could count up, so 14, 21, I know it's 28, but also if I look at this, I've got 2 times 7 is 14, 4 is double 2, so it's 4 times 7 must be double 2 times 7, so actually it's going to be 28. There's a double there and a double there. Always look for patterns in your times tables. See if you can work out one value from looking at another. 6 times 7. I think that was one of the tricky ones further up. 6 times 7 is 42. 5 times 7. We know our 5 times tables. It must have a 0 or a 5 in the ones column. If I look at my grid here, I've only got one that could be. So it's going to be 35. Okay, 2 chili challenge. Now I know my 3 times table, luckily enough, so I know that 3 times 7 is 21. I know, and I remembered, that 7 squared is 49, 7 times 7 is 49. 63, I know my 9s, luckily I can use my grid again. I know that that was the 9th one, so 9 times 7 is 63. And finally, this was the tricky one, wasn't it? 8 times 7 is 56. Remember I said try and remember that one. 11 times 7, if you know your 11s, you know the pattern. But also 10 times 7 is 70. Add another 7 on for one more lot of 7. That's going to be 77. 12 times 7 therefore is going to be 7 more than that. I can either add 7 straight on or add 10 and take 3 away. There's various ways you can add, remember. So let's have a think. I can see a number bond here, 77, add 3 is going to take me to 80, add another 4 is going to take me to 84. Finally, 15 times 7, I can count on a bit further, or I can do 10 times 7 is 70, 5 times 7 is 35, so 15 times 7, therefore, is going to be, if I look at those, 105. Hope you got an okay with that, and we'll see you for the next times table another time. Bye everyone.